Well, hello, Facebook family. Uh, it is about 12:40 in the morning. I just got in from work, and I wanted to get this video done because I promised my dear homegirl, Dr. Linda Williams, that I would do a video tonight on colon health. And so that's our topic for tonight is colon health. Uh, you have a digestive system that starts at your mouth and it ends at your rectum. And every bit of it all along the way is very, very important. But there's a significant exchange that happens in your colon that affects every other part of your body. That is where the nutrients from your food are absorbed into your blood, and that is exactly where the waste from your blood and the rest of your body is housed until it's excreted. So the thing is, we want to make sure that we're not retaining what we need to get rid of, and that we're not failing to absorb what we need. And so when the alimentary canal, which is that tract from your mouth to the rectum, when the alimentary canal is working properly, you should be taking in food that actually nourishes your body, energizes your body, and you should be getting rid of waste that would poison your body if you keep it in your body too long. So what we want to talk about today, I hope that that's clear. Let me restate that. There's a thing called auto intoxication. Auto intoxication is when your colon is not working properly and you retain waste, or you keep waste in your body too long. And some people get confused and think because they do have a bowel movement every day or a couple of bowel movements a day that they're not auto intoxicated. But if you have not had a deep, thorough cleanse of your colon, and you know for a fact your colon is clean, for example, if you have not had a bowel movement where at one point in your life it looked like a huge snake in the toilet, you probably have not had your colon clean. So what I'm going to talk to you tonight about is a product that will actually do that, and some other procedures that can do that should you decide to investigate them. Okay, so what we want to make sure that you get tonight is the colon blood connection. Your colon is of course in your abdomen, and it has blood vessels wrapped all around it. These blood vessels actually pick up or take off nutrients that are excreted by the colon from the food that you eat. Okay, actually this happens in the small intestines versus the large intestines. The large intestines, which we call that the colon. The large intestines, that's where the waste part is taken care of. But the small intestines, that's where the absorption of nutrients and water and that kind of thing is done. So let me backtrack and correct that for you biology majors and that anatomy people. So what we're not going to concentrate tonight on the small intestine. That's after you leave the stomach, you go to the small intestine with your food and stuff like that. But what we're going to be concentrating on is the where the waste is housed in the body. So I told you in my last video that I use a colon cleanser on a regular basis. I unfortunately have a sluggish colon, so I don't usually have an easy time having bathroom visits, as some of you probably do. My thing is I hold a lot of tension in my body, and unfortunately my tension is held in my colon. So if I get stressed out, I can't use the bathroom really well. So what I have done over the last really almost 30 years is I've used this product here called Super Colon Cleanser. I've used others. I've used Cascara Sagrada. I've used a product from Nature's Alternative called Senna Combination. I've used also they have a bowel formula. I've used that before, but this by far has been the best cleanser for me. Now I can't speak for you. I can speak for me, but this has been the best cleanser, and this cleanser does come in a capsule form. I do not recommend the capsule form of Super Colon Cleanser. If you've used it and it works great for you, great, but I do not recommend it. What I do recommend is the powder. And I'm going to show you real quickly because I like to make sure that you're clear on what I'm doing so that you won't be misusing products and that kind of thing. So I decided tonight I was going to just walk you through this one more time because I think I went through it one time before, but I didn't actually demonstrate it thoroughly. So I do a super colon cleanser. Poyet, do a super colon cleanser at least once a week, sometimes twice a week. Now, that's because I have a sluggish colon. Now, if you are regular, if you're pretty regular, what you might want to do is do this maybe once a week or maybe twice a month just to clean, just to get a deep, thorough cleansing of your colon, okay? Now, you know you've been eating a bunch of junk. You know you've been eating pork, all kinds of crazy stuff like this. You've been eating a lot of pasty foods, a lot of cheesy foods, a lot of dairy foods. You're going to need to keep your colon clean because those are breeding grounds for all kinds of parasites, breeding grounds for all kinds of yeast to be overgrowing in your body. So you need to make sure your colon stays clean. Okay, so here you got Super Colon Cleanser. I have my trusty shaker bottle or shaker cup. It has a spout. It screws on. It has a blender ball. Okay, and so tonight I'm going to use my Simply Apple, not from concentrate. I know it's got some craziness in it. It's pasteurized, so that's bad anyway. But anyway, it's better than that sugar water that's flavored like apples. So I'm going to take a little bit of this, and I'm just going to put about 6 to 8 ounces in a shaker cup. Got it? A little bit more. All right, so that's it right there. All right, once we get the juice in, and you can use any kind of juice. I'm just using apple juice tonight. I got crayon apple on the floor, but it's not cold. And you know, I've used orange juice. I've used grapefruit juice. It didn't taste too good, but I've used it. And I've used lots of different kinds of juices. Okay, but try to make sure that you buy organic juices and juices that are not from concentrate. If you buy store-bought juices, if you are in an area where you can get fresh juice, or if you have a juicer, juice your own juice. Okay, so here I'm doing a heaping scoop of the colon cleanser. Just dump it on in there. All right, and then the blender balls already in the cup. So I'm just put the top on and screw it on real tight. And what you want to do is you want to just thoroughly shake it. I mean, just really, really shake it. I'm gonna pause while I'm doing that, and I'll come back. Okay, so we're back. So it's been thoroughly shaken now. All right, so what you're gonna do is, what would be best for you is if you've already maybe drank 12 or 14 ounces of water before you do this, okay? I've already had a couple bottles of water on my way home from work tonight. I drank something that was about this size full of water. So that's the equivalent of maybe a bottle and a half, 2 bottles of water. So anyhow, just down the hatch. Very tasty. It used to taste like the devil, but it's really good. I mean, it's not gonna be like, you know, but it's good. It's not bitter. Doesn't make you feel like, oh my God. So anyway, now what I have just put in my body is a colon cleanser. Okay, that is going to actually promote my regularity. It's going to give me a gentle internal cleansing, and it's going to help with my constipation. So, and this thing does produce bowel movements in 6 to 12. It says 6 to 12 hours, but normally it's about 6 to 8 hours. So, it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm expecting about 7 in the morning my bowels to be moving. Okay? So, and I'm not just talking about a little bit of movement. I'm talking about everything that I ate today is going to be out. Now, if you want that kind of cleanse, you need to be investing $12 or $13 in a canister of Super Colon Cleanse by Health Plus. If you order online, you make sure that it looks just like this. You make sure that it's a powder. Super Colon Cleanse by Health Plus. All right. Now, what else can we do? Sometimes when I take this, I'm talking Poyet now. Sometimes when I take this, my bowels may be really, really sluggish. And so what I may have to do in the morning is I may have to drink, something warm, like a glass of warm water, or I know what I'm going to be drinking. I'm going to be drinking me a cup of coffee. But drink something hot. And sometimes that'll help it along, get it moving. Sometimes you need to massage your abdomen. You just need maybe to tap it or massage it to kind of get things moving. It's always nice to do a little workout. Stretch, bounce around. I have a trampoline, so I get on the trampoline and whatnot, and I bounce around, and that sometimes helps me. Also, if push comes to shove, you can't get anything going after you've taken a colon cleanse, or if you haven't taken a colon cleanse, you can't get things going. I told you on the other video, invest in an enema bag. Now, I'm going to tell you like this. I'm not a doctor, and I'm not going to give you medical advice, but I'm going to warn you that if you're using Fleet enemas, and I know a lot of hospitals and doctors do this. They use these with these patients, and they recommend it with these patients. If you're using Fleet enemas instead of an enema bag with warm water and a little bit of peroxide, if you're using Fleet enemas, you're going to continually exacerbate your constipation. Because what happens is when you're constipated, generally you're dehydrated. And what happens when you use Fleet enemas and when you use commercial laxatives, they irritate the walls of the colon to cause water. Well, I'll tell you, let's talk about the Fleet enemas first of all. Fleet enemas dehydrate your colon. And they do not give you a thorough cleansing. They clean them maybe about, if this is the entire length of your colon or your sigmoid, let's say your colon, a Fleet enema is going to clean about that much of it. Okay? And so all you're doing is get very, very temporary relief, and you still have impaction or still have waste sitting in your colon. Okay. So no Fleet enemas. All right. No laxatives. Correctol, X-Lax, all that stuff. Those things irritate your colon, and you will end up with an irritable bowel or a spastic bowel if you are continually using those artificial stimulants. Okay, so let's stay away from Fleet. Let's stay away from commercial laxatives. All right. What you want to do is make sure you're using something like this that's natural, that's organic. Okay, if you don't use a super colon cleanser, I told you some others: Cascara Sagrada, Senna. There are other. If you go to the hair store down here, they sell this tea. It's called 3 Ballerina tea, and it's actually a Senna tea, and it will clean you. Okay, comes in a green box. But anyway, I don't have any to show you. I would put it up. So we're going to make sure that we're using a product that works, and that we're making sure that we do the things to move it along, like drinking something warm, doing a little light exercise, doing a little light massage. Then, if that doesn't work with you, taking an enema, and what you're doing with the enema is you're taking warm water with a little peroxide. Because if there's any bacteria, anything in that water, or if that bag is not thoroughly clean or disinfected, the peroxide is going to take care of it, and the peroxide will help remove excess mucus from your colon. Okay, so and my colon therapist, she's the one who turned me on to that, and that's the next thing I'm getting ready to talk to you about, as a matter of fact. But it's an excellent way to clean. If this is the full length of your colon, a high enema, which is maybe using 2 water bags, will clean maybe about this much. Now, what did I say a fleet would do? So a high enema is going to do this. If this is the full colon, your high enema is going to do about that much. Okay, so there is a procedure called colonic irrigation. You may have heard of it. I would invite you to research it on your own. My colon therapist here, and I don't think she minds me using her name. Is her name here? She lives in Quinby. Is Becky Metzger, Dr. Becky Metzger, BEKKIMEDSKER. She has a website, BeckyMetzger.com, and she has been my colon therapist for several years. And she does colon hydrotherapy. Colon hydrotherapy is a method by which water and pressure and vibration is used to remove practically every bit of waste from your colon. So, this is the length of your colon. This is what colon therapy will do for you. Clean the whole thing. And so, it costs, depending upon your therapist, it may cost anywhere from $75 to $175 per session. Depends on where you are in the country. Depends upon what your colon therapist decides to charge, or what their overhead requires them to charge. Because people in business, they have to set their prices according to what it costs them to do business. So when you get a colon hydrotherapy session under your belt, what you will experience is you will have, and sometimes you may have to have more than one session, depending upon how blocked up you are. But what you're going to be experiencing is there's a machine that actually uses varying temperatures of water and varying pressures of water to basically dislodge waste that's impacted up in your colon. Okay? So, I invite you to investigate it, and nothing that you do to clean your colon will ever be a waste of time. Nothing that you do to clean your colon will ever be a waste of money. Nothing that you do to thoroughly cleanse your colon will ever be something that you regret. Because if your colon is clean, then your blood will be clean. If your blood is clean, then your body will be clean. A lot of people have body odor or bad breath or these kinds of things not because of something they ate or something that's lodged in their teeth or this kind of thing, or because they have uncontrollable hormones. No, a lot of it, that body odor, comes directly from waste being held in the body, and then the red blood cells that are the blood vessels that are wrapped around that colon are taking that waste all over the body, and that's why the body stinks. And so my thing is this: it's very simple. You have to, if you understand a plumbing situation in your house, that if your pipe is backed up, if your toilet will not flush, you can understand very quickly what your house is going to experience if your toilet will not flush and you continue to use your toilet. So, think about it in that term, in terms of what you need to do to rectify a lot of problems that are in your body. A lot of situations will correct themselves if you get clean. And so that's my challenge to you. I want you to become friends with your colon. I want you to research and find out what you need to do to get your colon clean. I've already recommended you some products. I've already recommended you some procedures. If you don't own an enema bag, buy an enema bag. If you have not found a colon therapist, if you've never met a colon therapist, get on the internet and find one in your area. There's no excuse for any person to sit at home and suffer needlessly so with constipation and all of the maladies that come when you're holding waste in your body. Now, I said I was going to make this a short video. Seems like these videos just keep being 20 minutes long. I don't know why. But I'm going to tell you one thing. I love you. I want you to be healthy. I want you to live the very best life that you can possibly live. Now I'm going to go get me 2 or 3 glasses of water because I just took a major colon cleanser. And I am going to see you at the top because you know what? The bottom is too cotton picking crowded with folk who are frustrated, sick, and tired of being sick and tired. Bye-bye.